Hello everyone. Thank you guys so much for purchasing our Polaris Pro-Set pack. We were really excited to bring you guys this collection. We've been working on it for quite some time, trying to get it just right in order for it to work well and for y'all to really enjoy it, and hopefully it just makes editing a whole lot easier for you. So, what is a Pro-Set pack? So, our Pro-Set pack Polaris consists of one profile, one color profile, and various different workflow presets, as well as full-on presets that were designed to work specifically with that color profile. But what is a color profile? So a color profile is essentially a file that is placed on top of your camera's image in order for it to be basically become a base edit for your image, and giving you the freedom to still use all of these modules, your tone curve module, your HSL, colors and color grading, and your detail, everything. It leaves everything untouched, so it's like a base edit that doesn't affect any of your sliders, giving you the ability to make your image look however you want it and customize it however you like. So let me go ahead and just show you. So let's go ahead and install your profile. So if you've already downloaded your file, you should have a zip file. Once you open that zip file, it'll open up a folder, and that folder should have both your profiles and your presets there. So how do you go ahead and add your profile to Lightroom? So you're in the develop module here. You're going to want to go to this profile area right here. It's in your basic adjustments panel, and you're going to want to go ahead and click that profile and go down to browse. Once you're in browse, you should see this plus sign up here to the left in this panel, and you're going to want to go to import profiles. So once you've done that and you've unzipped that folder that you've got, that file that you've gotten, and you're going to get this folder, Polaris Pro-Set pack, you want to open that up, and you should have two other folders. One is the profiles and one is the presets. So you're going to want to open up the profiles, and you have two here. One is specifically for JPEGs and the other one is for raw images. So we're going to want to import those. Once you click import, you're going to want to go ahead and close Lightroom and restart it. It needs to restart in order for your profile, profiles to show up. Once you've gone ahead and done that, pause the video, go ahead and do that. Once you've done that, you want to go open this up, and if you have a raw image or you're shooting raw, then you'll have access to both the profiles, the one for JPEG and the one for raw images. The one for JPEG on raw images tends to look a little flatter, and the colors are a little different than the raw profile. On a JPEG image, the profile works just as well as the raw profile works on raw images. I hope that made sense. So let's go ahead and use these profiles, right? All right, but before you do that, you're going to want to go ahead and install your presets. Sorry, I almost forgot about the presets. Once you've downloaded and unzipped your the file, again, you're going to go here to the plus sign here on the presets, and you're going to go to import presets. Same deal. You go to the preset folder, and you're going to want to select all of the presets and hit import. Once you hit import, they should show up. You don't need to restart Lightroom for the presets, just for the profiles. So if you got that done, now let's work with the profiles. So before we start working with the profiles, what I usually like to do with an image is get the exposure and my white balance right. All right, so we're gonna just open this up a little bit, brighten it up, and maybe add a little bit more warmth to the image just to get a little warmer. This is like golden hour, blue hour, almost more golden hour than blue hour. So we're gonna adjust that and maybe add a little magenta to it, just a little bit. Okay, so we've done the white balance and our exposure. Now let's add our profile. So we're going to go to browse, and we're going to open this up, Wander and Collective Polaris editing profile. So the cool thing about the profile is that once you hover over them, it'll also show you what it's going to look like. So as you can see, the JPEG one does work on raw images, but it is a little flatter and the colors are a little different. So we're gonna use the raw profile, and if you wanna have it on your drop down right over here, like you see these, if you wanted to have it here on your drop down, just go to browse and click this little star right here and favorite it. Once you favorited it, it should show up there. So we'll double click on that, and already it's looking great. It's giving it color, it's giving it contrast. It's just looking absolutely great. The skin tones look awesome. So it is looking a little cool. So let's warm it up. And just adding some warmth brings that to life. It just looks outstanding. It looks beautiful. So we've got that. I mean, we can lower just a little bit. And I mean, that already looks absolutely wonderful. So this is the great thing about profiles, guys, is that all I've done is change the white balance and the exposure, and I still have all these sliders I could work with. I still have my tone curve that's untouched. You know, the sliders right under the tone curve as well. My HSL panel is untouched. The saturation, luminance, everything is still there for me to play with. If I want to lower the saturation of the reds, I can still do that. If I want to lower the oranges, I can still do that. I can do anything I want still, and I mean, the base of this looks incredible. You still have your color grading panel here, sharpening, everything is still untouched. So that's awesome. That is the great thing about profiles, is just the immense creativity that you can use to manipulate your image all here in Lightroom. It just facilitates editing in Lightroom so much more, and whatever you need to do extra, you can do it in Photoshop, cloning, all of that. Now, we didn't just provide this awesome profile, we also added some presets that go with it that help edit with the profile. We've got some workflow presets. If you use these, I would stick to just using them and hand editing, because once you start getting into the presets here, those do affect whatever you've done with these workflow presets. So if you'd like to just go and check out the presets first, go ahead and do that. If you feel more like just this is awesome, maybe just add a little something extra, maybe some contrast, maybe just change the greens a little bit, or add a little bit of a glow, or add a little pop to it. This is all right here and available. And there are different things like this golden glow that does change the luminance and the vibrance of your yellows in the image. So I really love this golden glow. If you're gonna hand edit this and you want a little kick of, I mean, this is just perfect right here. It just gives it a different look and a great look. It's just amazing. So you've got green changing here, the hues in both the intensity and the colors of the saturation of the greens. On some images, I can show you in different images where that works best. But like I said, we also provided 3 presets with different variations for each one, and these work incredible with this profile. Other things that I want to tell you about profiles, guys, that is amazing is the ability to do this. Watch. So let's do, this looks great, rich and warm, right? I mean, the name just says it. So we brighten this up a little bit, maybe add a little bit of green, add a little bit of green tint just to change it a little bit. Too much. All right. And the cool thing about profiles, guys, is that unlike presets, you can change the intensity of the profile. So if the profile is too heavy or you want some more, you can either take it off or add more, whatever you like. It is incredible. Like, that's it. You can lower it or you could add more. How awesome is that? So I usually like a little more intense because it just brings out those colors, and I mean, it's just an incredible profile. Absolutely incredible. So, I mean, this image looks fantastic, just as is. So that is the beauty of that. That was super easy, couple clicks, nothing too crazy. And even before we hit the rich and warm, it was already looking really great. But look at that. Hand editing is possible with this Polaris, and so easy with this profile. Went from this to this, incredible. Now let's go, we're in winter, so let's do this. Oh, we're not in winter, we're about to be in winter. It's gonna probably snow in some places. It's already getting cold in some places, I know. So let's see how this would look with our profile. This is New York, Central Park. Let's go here. We have it on our favorites, so we can do that. And I mean, already like, wow, that's amazing. One click, literally one click. And again, nothing else touched. So, I mean, we can do whatever we want with this. So let me add a little green. Sorry, I was at 6, so let's lower down to about 4. I like to keep it even numbers. I don't know why. I just do. Sometimes, not all the times. Sometimes I don't notice. But when I do, I keep it even. So changing the white balance just made this image look even better. Like, you can go cool, make it look like a nice winter day. Just, I mean, a cool winter day, because it was a winter day. So we do that, and then, I mean, we could use the workflow presets. Yeah, make it pop, or a little more contrast. Get that contrast, and I mean, look at that. It's fabulous. Maybe some matte. Make it a little fun there, and then bring back those shadows just a little bit. Maybe lower the highlights just a teensy bit. I mean, look at that. That is fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous picture. From that to that, I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And please remember, white balance does make a huge difference. Getting your white balance right with the profile just makes it look that much better. So that is one of our winter pictures. Let me show you guys what I mean with the JPEG. So with the JPEG, it does work a little different. If you shoot JPEG, the only difference is you will only have access to the JPEG version of the profile. So that is meant to look just like it would on a raw file. So we've got it, looks cool. All we gotta do is warm it up a little bit. Look at that already. With warmth comes a little green, so we add a little magenta. And it just makes it look so much better. Beautiful. And again, we can manipulate the colors however we want. If you're looking to add the golden glow, makes it look great. Gives you nice skin tones there. Look at that. Just beautiful. Makes everything look so perfect. Do that. Add a little contrast as well. Gives it some brightness with the workflow presets. Just absolutely beautiful. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And I mean, that looks, to me, that looks great. That looks really great. And again, you've got all these other presets that you can work with that give it different looks and just different wonderful looks. Incredible. So that is a JPEG. And let's do one more, or maybe a couple more. All right, let's do this one. Another outside shot. Again, you could start with your exposure, white balance, a little warmer, magenta, it's kind of green. That's a pretty good start. And then add the profile. All right. Look at that. That's beautiful. A little cool, so we warm it up, and look at that, guys. Look at that color. Fantastic. Oh my god, so pretty. So we've got that, and I mean, look at that. That looks great. Absolutely great. Just white balance, exposure, and the profile. Then from there, if you want to hand edit, of course you can add some blacks. You can add the shadows here. These are really fine blacks. If you just give it that clarity you want, it's beautiful. Some people have questions about skin tones, about the skin color giving them issues. Either they're looking too orange or too red. If that's the case, if you ever get any skin color issues, then what you want to go ahead and do is I give two suggestions usually. Everyone is in the orange spectrum of color, right around here. Everybody lies in there, all skin colors. So if you're ever dealing with skin tones, you're either going to be dealing with the oranges most of the time or the reds sometimes, usually in like the darker areas and the more hidden areas. So in order to deal with those, instead of desaturating your oranges and making everything look gray, what you can do is just change the hue a little bit. Just make it a little yellow. Bring it over to the yellow, just a little bit. And it'll help with those areas that are too vibrant. So you can do that, and then yes, lower it just a teensy bit. Nothing too crazy because you don't want them to look gray. And there you go. Let's see what, see? Gone from too pink to looking perfect. So that's one suggestion. The other way you can deal with skin tones is down here in your calibration sliders. You can move this blue slider just a little bit to your right, and it'll start adding green in these hard to get red areas. So let's look at that again. See? Just slightly. Again, you can move it over more and you'll see what I'm talking about and go crazy with it. So the two ways I deal with skin tones. Other than that, I mean, you've got a plethora, or 15 to be exact, different color presets here that you can do incredible things with. Looks great, looks great. So this one looks great right there. I saw that one looks good. I like that. Let's do one last one, guys, and we should be good. Where? Okay, let's do this one. It's an indoor shot. A lot of indoor shoots. So again, we can start with the profile on this one just to see what it looks like. I mean, it looks great. That was one click. I mean, it looks amazing. We can cool it down a bit. And I mean, look at that. That is a great looking, very natural image. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, it looks great. If we want to add some stuff, let's see how the golden glow looks. That golden glow, look at that. Sometimes you get indoors, depending on the colors of the walls, you get some color casts, you know, make it the colors or the skin tones look a little different, sometimes green or however it happens. That golden glow, just, gosh, look at these peachy tones, just so pretty, very pretty. And then if you'd like, just add a little green if it's too much. It still keeps that peachiness, still beautiful, a little cool. And look at that, it still looks absolutely beautiful. Very natural looking picture. The blues are blue, the skin tones are peachy and gorgeous. And I mean, let's look at that. Yeah, that looks wonderful, absolutely beautiful. And that's pretty much it. So we hope that y'all enjoy this pack and it helps you out in every shape and form that you need it to for your images, speeding up your workflow, making things look better as far as colors and skin tones and anything that may pop up. And if y'all need any help or have any questions, we do have our Facebook group where you can ask questions. We post pretty much daily, or we try to every once in a while, to keep up with answering your questions and just showing y'all how to use the presets to the best of your ability. And if y'all do have any questions and can't get into the Facebook group, you can always email us at info@awanderingtribe.com. That's where you can reach us for anything that you have to ask. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this helped. If you have anything you'd like to ask, or if you'd like to share, please, the Facebook group is open and you can join, and we'd love to see you there. Well, thank y'all so much, and we can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks, guys.